morning, friends. So today we are gonna work on a little bit good stretches for the body. It's a morning practice. I'm gonna keep it brief and delicious. So find your comfortable seating position. If your hips feels a little bit more open today, you may be crossing your ankles and bringing your knees down so your knee stays below your hips. And you can definitely support yourself with a blanket folded right under your sit bones so you can create that anterior pelvic tilt. And if this is not comfortable for your knees, hips, just cross your shins, keep your feet slightly away from your sit bones and rest your knees on top of your heels. Or you can also use your blocks under your thighs to support your inner thighs so they don't get all spasmed. Roll your thighs in, take the flesh out on both sides. Check out the low back, still have a nice natural lumbar arch. Let's keep our palms facing down, elbows right under the shoulders. Roll your shoulders back and down. Relax your shoulders, widen your collarbones. We are going to keep the chin parallel to the floor and we're going to close our eyes. And your neck is long, your spine is long. Take this time to just tune into your breath, tune into your surroundings. Take a big breath in, allow your belly expand first, then rib cage, then chest. As you exhale, empty out all the breath up and out, either from the nostrils or from your mouth. Take another full breath to your belly, to your side body, to the back body. Rib cage expands, upper back, middle back, low back expands, collarbones lifts. Exhale, soften your skin. One more on your own pace. As you start tuning into your breath, I want you to just scan through your physical body and notice if you feel you're holding on to any muscles. Maybe if there's something in your mind, maybe even your to-do list that reflects in our physical body. And if you notice that you're gripping some muscles, maybe loosen up a little bit, shake your arms a little bit, maybe the head, and come back to stillness. Taking this time to just noticing what's going on within your mind, within your heart, physical, emotional, and mental body is noted. It's almost like taking an inventory. You don't have to justify, you don't have to understand why this is the way it is. Just know where you're starting your day today. Now fold your palms together and bring your thumbs right around your heart center, which is the chest bone is. And from here, try to create a little bit more physical lift in your front body. Your shoulders turns back and down. Your heart is even more open. And your thumbs are so close to the skin and maybe even touching all the way closer to the bone that you can start feeling the pulsation from your heart. And set your intention for here today. What kind of a day you're gonna have today. What will be in your mind throughout today. What will be your priorities for your own mental body, physical body, emotional body. And gently bow your head towards your heart. Release your palms back to your laps. Allowing the sides of your mouth slowly lift so you're smiling. And open your eyes. Lift your gaze up With your next inhale, reach your right arm all the way up to the ceiling, lengthen your side body. As you exhale, release the right hand. Inhale, reach your left arm up, lengthen. Exhale, release your hand. Both at the same time. Inhale, reach up, rise all the way up towards the sky. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms facing up, creating more length for your side body. Especially if you're pregnant, this will feel really good on your body. With your exhalation, push your palms forward, allowing the back round a little bit, pushing the space between your shoulder blades back. Inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, release your hands. Now we are going to come to our hands and knees. I like to support my knees, so feel free to either use a blanket or don't. Plant your palms, knees right under your hips, palms right under your shoulders. And just take a big breath, just go, ah. Now you may see from side angle a lot better. My shoulders sank into the shoulder sockets, hips into the hip sockets. My belly is sagging down because now I can feel my bone structures supporting my body. Start extending your tailbone back, toning your belly button towards the spine. Inhale, curl your chest open, widen your collarbones. As you exhale, as if you're pushing your palms and knees away, extend your spine up to the sky. Inhale, shoulders back, extend your tailbone, tone the belly in. Exhale, push the palms and the knees apart from each other. One last time, pulling the palms and the knees closer to each other, curl the chest open. As you exhale, push the palms and knees away, round your back. In your comfort level, you can lower the hips closer to the heels, getting that nice stretch in your spine. With your next breath, come back to all fours. And from here, look over the left shoulder towards your left hip, left heel. Breathe into the right side of your rib cage, to your obliques, to your intercostal muscles, getting a little bit more opening. With your next breath, come back to the front. Together, inhale here, exhale. Look over the right shoulder towards the right hip, right heel. Expanding your obliques, left side of the rib cage. And gently come back to center. Tuck your toes, move your hips back like child pose. Keep your hips closer to the heels. Grip your finger pads on the floor so your fingers are wide open. And from here, we will start lifting our knees up, keeping our thighs really close to the belly, and stretch your sit bones towards the back of the room. In your comfort level, you can start working on pedaling your feet, maybe press one heel down. The first down dog of the day is best down dog of the day. You feel everything going on in your body, the tightness or the openness, where the tension is today. And we start focusing our attention in those parts, so we set the tone in a higher level to have a little bit more tuned in day. And slowly find the stillness and keep your feet hip distance apart. And from here, we're going to drop the feet to the left, turning the toes to the right. Drop the hips to your left, again stretching your right side. One more breath. If it feels good, legs are straight. Inhale, turn your toes forward all the way to the left. Drop your hips to the right. Extend the left side of your torso. As you inhale, come back to the conventional down dog. Move your chest towards your heart. Lift your right leg up to the ceiling. Flex your right foot, toes are pointing down. If it feels good, push your left heel down. See if you can engage the left quadricep more. Open your right hip to the right, bend the right knee, knee points up, toes are pointing down. So now my left shoulder is collapsing over down my right. To level it up, I lift my left shoulder, look under the armpit towards my left foot. Look between your hands and mindfully, gracefully bring the right foot between the hands. Cup your fingertips either side of your right ankle. You may also use your blocks under your hands. Push your left heel back. Lift the left inner thigh up. We'll soften the right inner thigh down. Maybe gentle pulsation back and forth. Maybe even side to side. And come back to stillness. Let's drop our left knee down, top of the left foot on the floor. Walk your hands to your right thigh. One of the major muscles that connects the upper body to the lower body, the psoas muscles, which starts from thoracic spine 12, and it connects this, all the way to the low back, even the inner femoral bone. And this muscle pretty much sets the stability for the spine, and also the hip flexor muscle. Engage your glute, engage your core, then start dropping your hips slightly forward. What you feel right now is the stretch of your iliopsoas muscle. And if you want a little bit deeper stretch, reach the left arm up, lean to your right, keep engaging your glutes, tone your belly in. To your next breath, move your hips back. Bring your hands on the mat, back to hands and knees. Tuck your toes, move your hips back. Keep your palms aligning with your shoulders. Lift the knees off the mat. Start tilting your sit bones towards the corner of the ceiling behind you. And from here, again, if it feels good, extend your heels towards the floor. If you want more stretch, heels reaches down, toes reaches up. And let's start reaching the left leg up. Full legs to the left foot. Toes are pointing down. Open your hips to the left, bend the knee, look under the right armpit. Keep engaging your right quadricep. One more breath. Look between your hands, step your left foot between the hands. Now from here, doing the same inner rotation, rolling the right inner thigh up, rolling the left inner thigh down, broaden your hips side to side. And notice my back, if it's kind of rounded like mine now, there's no wrong doing. Use props. Those are all for you. We want to have that nice arch on the low back. Heart is open. The spine is the natural curl. And you can always adjust it to your comfort level. And from here, we're going to drop the right knee back down, top of the right foot on the floor. Come back to your left thigh. Engage your glutes so it kind of creates that posterior tilt. Tone your belly in. Take a big breath in. Exhale, drop your hips forward. Keep engaging the glute, engage your core. If you want more stretch, right arm up, lean to your left. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, move your hands down. Come back to your hands and knees. I'm going to incorporate a gentle heart opening here. If you don't want to be on your belly, you don't have to. You can either use your blocks to rest your hip bones on the blocks, especially if you have a baby in you. Baby has a little room between the blocks to rest. Or you can just float over. You don't have to rest on the floor. Inhale, come forward, maybe feet up to make it easier, cross your shins. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, curl your chest open, extend your toes, pull the belly in, extend your tailbone back. Heart is wide open. Breathe. Now from here, move your hips back. Tuck your toes, move your blocks out if you have them. Stretch back, downward facing dog. And what you hear right now is my bird calling me. One more time, look forward and walk to the front edge of your mat. Feet will be hip distance apart. If you are pregnant, keep your feet a lot wider than that normally you would do in your practice. Hands are resting on top of your shins. Push your palms against your shins. Lift your chest halfway up. Shoulders back, hard collarbones wide open. Tone your belly and maybe even bend your knees. Fold deeper from your hips. Inhale, halfway up, curl your chest open. Exhale, fold. One last round. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Grab hold your upper arms, gently start swaying side to side. Keep a soft bend on your knees. Maybe stretching one leg straight at a time. Come back to stillness. Release your arms. Shake out your head side to side. Back and forth. Yes or no? Shake your head maybe. And bend your knees a little bit more. Start lifting the chest, lifting the gaze, look forward. Now bring both hands on your waistline, hug your elbows behind. Your chin is away from the chest. You're not blocking your blood flow. Push down to your feet. Inhale, come all the way up to a stand. Exhale here, and I lost my hand in this view. All right, we're gonna come forward. We're gonna separate our feet. And we're going to aim for second toes parallel to each other in this pose. Soften your knees a little bit more. If you have a little bit more tightness on your hamstrings, use two blocks in front of you. You don't need a blanket, but it doesn't bother me, it's there. Hug your elbows behind you. Bring your thumbs around your tailbone and remind yourself tailbone needs to stretch down to the floor, so you're still creating that posterior pelvic tilt. Curl your chest wide open. Inhale. Exhale, fold halfway down, pause. What's your belly doing? If it's doing Shavasana, still tone it in a little bit more. Now soften your knees a little more so your quadriceps a lot more active. Plant your palms on your blocks. Inhale, lengthen the crown towards the wall in front of your head. Exhale, start folding from your hips. Inhale, lengthen your spine, maybe arms straight. You may adjust your blocks, highest height, second height, or the lowest height. Exhale, fold deeper from your hips. And keep active on the front body. And if you feel a little bit more open in the back body, your palms will walk back, so your fingers and toes can be aligned. If your elbows are bent, see if you can keep them perpendicular to your wrist. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold from the hinge of the hips. Now I'm sagging my shoulders down, and there's almost no space between my ears and shoulders. Broaden your collarbones. Hug the shoulder blades behind you. Then fold from your hips. Breathe. Breathing into the back body, to the hamstring, to the abductors. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale there. Walk your hands to your left. Maybe stay here, maybe hold on to the little toe side of the left foot or to the left ankle. Bring the left hand to your left hip. Push your left hip away from your left armpit. Stretch from the waistline to the armpit. Maybe reach the left arm up. Left shoulder back, heart is open. One last breath here. Gently release your hands. Come back to the center, lengthen your spine. Exhale, walk your hands to your right. You may hold on to the right ankle with the left hand, or the little toe side of your foot with your left hand. Hook your right thumb to your right hip crease. Push the right hip away from the right armpit. Move your right shoulder back, head back, throat back, ears back, like my dearest teacher Peter Barber would say. Reach the right arm up to the ceiling. One more breath. With your next exhale, release your hands down. Now imagine that your hips are being pulled back. You may still use your blocks. Reach your arms forward. Imagine a down dog with wide legs. Keep your inner thighs rolling back as if you're rolling your quadriceps behind you. But keep extending your tailbone, tone your belly in. With your next breath, bring your shoulders on top of your palms. And walk your feet hip distance apart. Hands on your shins, inhale halfway up. Exhale, fold. And from here, you may use your blanket again. If you have any tightness in your ankles, your heels will go on the blanket. Inhale, halfway up. As you exhale, start bending your knees, coming into a malasana, garland pose. And I'm okay without the blanket. If you feel good, just keep it without the blanket. And walk your feet slightly wider. If you're on the first or second trimester of your pregnancy, the action would be pulling in and up, especially when you're inhaling, doing those Kegel exercises again. Energetically engaging the genitals and pulling it in and up. As you exhale, soften. And you can always use a block under your sit bones or two if you want a little bit more support in this position. One last breath. Now reach the right arm in front of the right shin, palm is facing down. Reach your left arm up, turn your belly chest to the left. One more breath. Come back to center. Left hand in front of the left shin, palm is on the ground, fingers away. Reach your right arm up, curl your chest up to the sky. Exhale, release. Palms on the floor. Come back into a forward fold. Uttanasana. Walk your feet, maybe hip distance apart. Soften your knees. And from here, start lowering your hips down. Almost sitting on a chair. Reach the fingertips on the floor, palms facing one another. Bring your arms to the shoulder level. Plug the shoulders in. I like to do this on the side way. Keep your shoulders and maybe reach the arms. Push your feet down as if you're trying to get up, but you can't get up. One last breath. Push down stronger. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Hands to your side. Gently bend your knees and come all the way back down. One of the most delicious back bend, and it's a restorative pose as well. I like to do this with two bolsters. You can use one. You bring your sit bone on the mat. Feet are on the ground. And slowly leaning back. Reach your arms. If you have any problem reaching backwards, use the strap. One way is holding the strap. The second way is make a loop as wide as your shoulders, and keep the buckle in the center so you're not stuck with the buckle. Bring it behind your head. Take a big breath. Extend. My arms are pushing against the strap. You can stay here. You can lose the strap. Another option, I love doing this. This is from another teacher of mine, from Christina Sal. You hold on to the edge of your mat and pull the mat away from you. As you push your feet away, you're getting closer towards the ground with your crown. One last breath. You can stay here as long as you desire, but I'm gonna start coming out. And take your time as you're coming out from the immersion. Maybe scoop a little bit more forward. And I find it helpful to place a hand between the eyebrows just to create a gentle pressure there, helping with grounding, calming. And release your hands back down. Tilt your hips to your left. Start turning to your right. Push your hands down to come back up. And I like to finish with a good rested pose. I like to use bolster again for my child's pose, especially if you're pregnant. This is one of the most delicious poses. I actually even fell asleep doing this pose in my first trimester. Keep your toes together, knees wide open. You can elevate by using a blanket, or if you don't have a blanket, you can also use the block under. Take a big breath as you exhale, come forward. If your belly is already grown and you don't have much room, bring it a little more forward. And I like turning my head to the side. You stayed here for a little bit. Maybe turn your head to the other side. Release your forearms down. I like to do a little bit more on the forehead. Bring your palms facing down. Push your palms to slowly come back up. Let's sit to the side. And cross your shins again. Feel free to support your sit bones with a blanket under if your body needs it. And relax your shoulders back and down. Bring one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Listening to the pulsation from your heart. I love you too, birdie. If you have a baby in your belly, and connect and try to feel the pulsation from your heart to your baby's heart. And take this time to remind yourself one more time the tone you set up, how the rest of your day will be. your spine tall. Tilt your head towards your head to seal that intention. And join your palms in front of your heart. Rest your thumbs between the chest and start lifting your heart up. Curl the chest wider. I'd like to end our practice with the universal sound of Om. Take a big breath in. Om.